James Biggs here with James Biggs Fishing, and I want to give you a few tips and tricks on how to catch some fish in high flooded conditions. Here in Texas, we've been getting a ton of rain. We had 3 inches just this weekend. Most of our lakes are closed. The ones that are open are 6 to 10 feet high. So where do you begin looking when these lakes are that flooded? You have so much brush in the water and vegetation that it really scatters the fish. So the first thing we do, and it's how I was able to win a tournament this past weekend, was basically I got on Google Earth and I looked for boat ramps and parking lots that were at the mouth of major spawning bays. The fish are migrating out, and so they're going to be passing them anyway. So what that parking lot does, it's a big smooth area with no cover whatsoever. So what makes that so great is when you get to the edge of the parking lot, you actually have a good defined edge of cover. You can't find that along the banks because it's just flooded too far back in there. So I focused on the edges of those parking lots, and I had a good hard defined edge, and was able to blow the tournament out. And just a few ways I caught those fish, and something else that's going on this time of year is during this time of year you have a shad spawn going. The shad will spawn all night, and you'll get about an hour window in the morning of daylight, and a spinnerbait is one of the best ways to catch those fish. So these are both 3/8 ounce War Eagle, and they're just straight white. Why? Because I like white even in muddy water, because shad are pretty much always white. And the way I did it, I ran a double Colorado blade here, and this is just a 3/8 ounce white with a white Colorado in the front and a gold number 4 Hildebrand in the back. And I ran a double willow as well. If the water is more stained, I'll go with this Colorado first thing in the morning, and as the sun starts popping up, or if I get in a little bit of clear water, which when you're high and flooded and muddy, you're done on clear water, but I will throw the double willow as well. That was a great way to catch them in the first hour or two of the morning. The problem is when the shad spawn dies off, when the sun gets up, the fish pulled out and they got on those edges, those little bit deeper trees, the flooded bushes, and it got really tough. And at that point, I was able to Texas rig right here a dialed bait arm breaker, black and blue flake, works really good. And I was flipping this on 20-pound fluoro and a 5/16 ounce weight and a 4/0 straight shank hook. And this is a RoboWorm rebarb hook. This is my favorite flipping hook. I was able to flip this in the bushes later in the day and managed to cull out a few key fish. And like I said, the last fish I caught was the crucial winning fish, and it ended up making me win by about 4 pounds. But if it hadn't been for this, I wouldn't have caught them. But really the whole key to all that is focus on the edges of cover, find places where it's not so thick. And like I said, it's really hard to do when the water's up. Hopefully this will help you out. Just look me up on YouTube and dialbaits.com.